Hello and welcome to IRL F3 round 4. We're heading to Hungary this weekend, and I am Sondre Sorhaug, joined by Lee Kelly today.
Hello.
And Hungary, Lee, what a track. Not an easy track, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely not an easy track. It's give me it's one definite It's weird 'cause, like some people like it's definitely a track. It's definitely driver based. Some people hate it. Some people love it. It really depends on just the type of driver you are. Obviously, turn four. That fast up hand is going to be an interesting corner. The chicane as well. So just a few challenging corners for our drivers today.
I would have to agree there. It is definitely a track somebody likes and somebody just hates it. And well, turn 4 is a big reason for that. it's not it's not a corner that is very forgiving. If you make a mistake there, you're very easily in the wall, or at least around. Personally, I've
Yeah.
struggled a lot with that corner before, but I've grown to like it very much in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's interesting to see here, but a lot of people have decided to go out on mediums so far, which is a little bit surprising.
Yeah, obviously the strategy verifies. Maybe they're just going out because they want to save a set of softs to the race just in case of a late safety car or something, but that's all I can see.
Could be, could be. As Thomas McIver is going through turn 1 on mediums right now.
Yes.
Thomas McIver, a driver who's shown season after season that he should be up there. However, he has he does usually manage to mess it
Oh,
up
he's involved in this.
and bottle quite a lot.
I
And
think he's
he has
invalidated, yeah.
invalidated. And same as Tyler Thomas. Stephen Grayson, though, in the Renault, he's not invalid so far. He's on the soft tire as well, so we should expect to see him high up as he's going through turn 5, also a corner where, well, it's not the most difficult corner to begin with, but if you touch that inside curb, you are pretty much finished.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Now let's see then. Through the final 2 corners here, as Michael Marlowe has set a 14.4 to take provisional pole. Stephen Grayson with a 15.3 to take third so far then.
Yeah, who is going to the final corner now?
Bevessier is in the first corner. He's on mediums. It's quite a lot of people are on mediums there today. It is very surprising.
Up the hill, into turn 4, takes it nicely. Through turn 5, don't want to touch the inside curb. Again, very nice indeed. Comes the chicane. Very nice lap so far. And into turn, I'm not even sure what corner this is. One of the faster sections on the track, coming to the end of the millisecond now. Does have I think it's a red, what car is that? That's a Renault ahead of him, so hopefully well soon. I can do it. Around the final corner for us here. Let's see what can he set. It's going to cross the line. Was set. A 15.6.
Not a bad lap on mediums, not a
No,
bad
it's
lap at
not.
all. As Craig Woolley is heading into the SS on a set of mediums as well. Once again, extremely interesting to see how many people are choosing to go on mediums.
Definitely it is. We'll have to see whether they stick with it come the end of the session though. Oh, Craig is spun. That's in
Unlucky.
out of penultimate corner. That's not a place you usually see people spin it.
Oh, and the championship leader is also on the lap. He's also on mediums. A little tail happy through that tight chicane there.
Mm. Apparently prove it to the middle sector, but I don't trust this game with that, so let's wait and see. Do penultimate corner now for Ivan. Around the final corner, sticking to the inside. That's not the best line you can take to there. Across the line now, he sets a 15.7. Puts in P6, not a bad lap on the mediums.
Not a bad lap at all. A little behind his teammate though, but there's still time.
Luke Baker's on the lap as well.
He is indeed heading
Mm
towards the SS right now.
-hmm. Let's see now. Coming into the penultimate corner. So Luke. On that exit into the final corner. Bolton's time being coming across the line. Now he sets a 16.1.
Not bad. Let's see. Thomas MacIver, another bottle out on track. On the soft tires as well, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, coming into the S section. Takes it very nicely. Runs a little bit wide, keeps it valid though. Give it 1 second, locks up a lot. Very tail happy. It's Thomas McIver into the penultimate corner. Again, fighting the car. And see as he comes around the final corner. What will Thomas's time be? It's going to be into the 14s. It will be a 14.7, which puts him into P2. And he gets put back down to P3 straight away.
And well, Steven is out on on track again in his Renault.
Yep, coming into turn 2. He does have Thomas ahead of him. Hopefully he gets out of the way. Very neat first sector from Steven so far. He is down though by about a tenth. A little bit loose in the back end, comes through turn 4 into turn 5, takes that very nicely. Into the chicane. Using bolt curves again, very nice. Coming into line 50 section now. And to the end of the middle sector, will he be up at all? He is up by nearly 210, so it wouldn't improve his position, but it would improve his time, let's see. Coming through the final sector now. Into the penultimate corner. Nice, a run now into the final corner for Steven. Let's see what he can do. Takes it very nicely in the Renault. What was time B? It's a 15 flat, so no bad enough. No bad enough.
Not bad at all, but a little behind the front runners of Michael Marlowe and Ermin at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It is.
But let's see who's on a lap. Jamie Dodger is on a lap, so he's coming towards the end of his lap as well. Let's see if he can improve his lap time.
I think you will improve across the lines. That's a 15.6 plus him to P6. Ivan King's on the lap. He's coming out of turn 3.
And he's on the softs now. The
Okay.
championship leader.
It's just under 310, so it takes turn 4 very nicely. Into turn 5 for Ivan. Almost look very tidy so far from the Scotsman. Coming into the tight and twisted section. Very smooth so far. Going to the end of the middle sector now. How much will he be up by? He's up by 9/10. This is looking at like a very good lap from Ivan. Going to the final sector now. Into the penultimate corner. Very tidy. Now as he comes into the final corner. Can he maybe snatch a pole off Michael Marlowe across the line for Ivan and goes P2 about 600. Let me try actually. Yeah, about 600 off. Very close to Michael Marlowe, but still, Michael Marlowe is in pole position as. Who was that? Someone went. Oh yeah, that was Tyler Marlowe on P7. Who's a long lap then?
There is nobody on a lap right now. There's a couple of people on out laps though.
Michael Marlowe's about to start now.
You're right, and we will head over to him then.
Yeah, currently provisional pole. We're looking to just extend his advantage because Ivan King is literally about 600 away from him, so won't be the most comfortable margins. But let's see. Coming into turn 2 for Michael. Taking it very nicely. Now coming up to turn 3. Is he going to be up at all? He's up by just under a tenth. So not bad from Michael Morrow at the moment. Coming out of turn 5. Takes it very nicely. Into the chicane at turn 6 and turn 7. Using the curbs into the point and 50 section of turns 8, 9 and 10 and 11 actually. Is he going to be up as he comes now to the end of the middle sector? He's down by just under half a tenth.
Very close.
Yes, let's see if we can find any more time as he comes through the final sector now. Going around the final corner, runs a bit wide just to get the little cutback line. Can McMurray extend his advantage? No, he can't. Just slower.
Just a bit down on his time. Let's see about the Red Bull of Enzo then, as he's heading through this first sector here, heading towards turn 4.
Let's see.
And he's quite a lot up on his time there.
Yeah, he is. Obviously, I'm pretty sure his first lap was on the medium, so he's now on the soft irons. So let's see what he can do coming into the chicane.
You were probably right there. But let's see, if he was on the mediums on his previous laps, we should see a massive improvement through this S section.
Yeah, we definitely should. Let's see, I think he's going to be up. He's up by 4.5 tenths at the moment.
A little less than I would expect.
Good. Oh, he's invalidated. That's that's an interesting corner. It can be very unforgiving to you.
You really do need to use the most of the track you can there to carry as much speed as possible, but you're right though. It's not a lot you can go over with before you invalidate, as we were watching Urman to the SS.
Lost across the line, he goes pole, 14-1.
Ooh, and it's an Alpha
But,
Tauri 1-2 so far.
but Ermin, I think there's 3 tenths up, so he's definitely going to challenge.
He's gonna be right up there. Ermin through the final corner, taking it tight and nice line, and almost invalidating there.
Oh, and there is rain. So if you want to set a lap, you need to get out on track right now, because it ain't gonna get any better. So.
Oh, that's a
Anyone who's
good point. Are you sure it's
yeah,
raining?
anyone.
Oh, it is.
I saw.
I can see
Yeah,
it
thank
now.
you.
I see it in the pit lane.
Well, my eyes do not deceive me, Sandra.
And let's see then the championship leader, Ivan Kingsley. He's in turn 1 now, so he really gotta get his lap together right now. If not, he's gonna be starting, well, not any higher than P4 at least.
Probably not. Yeah. See the thing is with this, you can try and absolutely throw your car at it because you're probably not going to lose at him. But it's like so you have nothing to lose at when there's rain this late. He is up though by about 3,000 of a second. Coming to turn 5.
Yeah, will it be enough grip left in this middle sector for him to improve though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
A little tail happy through that tight chicane there again. And you
Still
can
seems like it's
see,
working though.
you can see the rain starting to pour down on the track. Through the second sector, and he is down, and I think the grip blows are just starting to get away from the drivers as he's invalidated as well.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a smooth sector as well. So yeah, I think definitely the rain
And
is gonna put it
Tyler
there.
Thomas is not on the lap. Jürgen Storm has just started the lap. That's not gonna be too fun for him then, I think.
No, it won't be. We'll watch him though.
As he goes up to turn 4, you can see that people are retiring. They know they're not going to improve anymore.
Yeah.
However, Storm just a couple of thousandths down on his lap in Sector 1. His previous laps was on mediums, I believe, so...
It's definitely the worst time for the rain to come out because it's giving me when everyone is probably going to be setting their best off. So.
And you can see Storm far down on his lap right now. What about Jeremy? Oh, Jeremy seems like he's going very deep in turn 1. He hasn't set the lap yet either, so this is really his only chance. As Storm did not improve in the end.
Yeah, but he's invalidated anyway, so I think it would make a difference.
What about Silva? Silva has invalidated and is gonna have to start down in 9th. Not a great starting position for him.
Thomas McIver just, yeah, I think he lost it in turn 4, no wings, so I think that just definitely proves that the rain.
And then so goes right into the wall on purpose, it looks like. What about Jeremy?
I think Jeremy will set a time, but I think it would definitely just keep him where he is.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a quick lap for sure, and it's gonna be a 1:19.8.
Yeah. So.
And you can really see when we go on board with Jeremy right now that the rain has really started to pour down. So unlucky for some drivers, but look at how close it is for pole though. Half a tenth between Ross and Ermin. And then it's not far down to Ross's teammate Michael and then the championship leader Ivan Eder. Before it's a little bit more of a gap to Thomas McIver than Steven. Tyler Thomas with a good 7th place there. Then Jamie before Silva down in 9th. Silva, who's been fighting high up the whole season. However, he's starting on mediums though, so he could be having a good starting position considering that still. And then it was Tom Spicer in 10th. as we will see the grid, the rest of the grid in a moment as well.
Yep.
Now the rain at the end there makes me wonder, but it is a dry race.
Yeah, I was thinking that if people went out on the mediums at the start, then I was thinking that, yeah, it would be a dry race because they wouldn't try and save any sets for the race if it was a wet race. So.
Yeah, true. But the fact
Maybe
that
we'll get some
everybody
later on.
changed to softs in the end, and then the rain pouring down, started to wonder a little if it was going to be a wet start to the race. But it isn't, as the drivers are sorting out their strategies, and we're going to see the second half of the grid in a moment. Well, we will see the whole part, but we didn't run down the second part.
No, we didn't, so maybe. Yeah, there we go.
And here we go. Let's see then. So outside of the top 10 we have Enzo, who's starting on soft tires. That's very surprising. Same with Luke Baker in 12th. Then we have Storm and Chris Ryan, who's both starting on mediums. That's the more normal option when you start outside the top 10, although a little surprised nobody's opted for hards though. Jess in 15th, starting on softs, before we have Craig Woolley, Billy Mossum, Matt Romano and Jeremy all starting on mediums.
Yeah, so interesting to see guys outside the top 10 starting on sauce, but maybe they just want the early jump because obviously how difficult it can be to overtake around here. Sometimes the start is the most important bit of the race.
Indeed. As you will just have to excuse me for a moment.
So obviously that dash down to turn 1 could be, well, people say turn 1 doesn't decide the race around traffic like Hungary. It definitely isn't impossible. It could be one of the deciding factors. Ross with a very nice lap in quality. See if he can carry that form over into the race. I'm lining up on the grid now.
And I am back.
Yes. Everyone's lining up on the grid now, so.
Good timing.
Very good timing
dinner just in time for the race.
Yeah, obviously. I've just had Easter eggs the whole day, because why not?
I remember those days. And luckily for me, I'm a little past those days now. But shall we see then? Just a few moments until the grid will get going.
Yes.
As we have 5 red lights, and away we go. And will Ross be able to keep his position? I see a Haas in the background who looks like it had a good start. Look at that racing point though of who is that? I hate the timings messing up, but that should be Ermin.
Yes,
However, Michael Marlowe has had a stunning start as he's up to second now. As I'm kind of waiting for the timings to correct themselves again.
There we go.
And now we can see more clearly. And look at Silva up into 6th already. He's had an absolutely flying start.
Thomas is falling. Sorry, that turn 5 curb coming a deadly victim for Northern Irishman.
Unlucky for Thomas, however, Ross and Michael both with good starts so far. Michael has managed to get himself up into 2nd. However, he will find himself under pressure from Ermin and Ivan, and then
Oh,
right
he's in
behind
their
those two.
pits. I wonder, is that wing damage for Michael?
Oh, that could be.
Same
Either
with
it is
Ivan,
wing
so
damage, or he's going for a double medium from here,
we'll
which
see.
could
He
be the
is.
case.
Yeah, he is. Same with Ivan, I do believe. Yeah, Ivan as well.
Well, that is
We're going
very
for double
interesting.
medium.
However, it might not be that bad of an idea. It is very difficult
Oh,
to
they'll flag. That's
pass.
Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy has lost his right side.
And, well, Ivan and Michael both probably gonna be undercutting Ross in the leader then.
When you have Vesser, who's on the medium, he started P9, he's up in the P4 already. He's had a very great start.
He's at a flying start.
There's your flag, because I don't know who that was for.
But, well, ooh, is it? Okay, it's just Enzo going into the pit. I thought we were having. Oh, and look at this! Storm is under pressure from Jamie heading towards turn 1. And Jamie on the inside. Storm is gonna hold it around the outside, and he's gonna keep that position. And it is not an easy track to overtake on, but Jamie tried it.
Yeah, he did, but didn't work out. Let's see. Coast battles. Look at this. You have Jamie and Storm, you have.
Is there any close fights? It's. Oh, we have Tom Spicer on the back of Tyler Thomas.
Oh my god, you almost cursed her. As soon as we go on ball, seriously talk about it, you spins. But he's fighting with
Tom Spicer around the down the inside, I mean.
Very brave. Oh, and Tyler's got off. He's gone wide. That will allow him and Jamie go side by side into the final corner. Gonna hold her on the outside. Is the Alpha Romeo? He can't get it, but hold him off DRS. Jamie will have slipstream because he's getting the slipstream of Storm, and it'll make them move into turn 1.
And let's see then. Tom, is he gonna get challenged by Storm soon? Storm obviously on.
Craig has spun. That's out turn
Unlucky.
1.
Oh, you know, it looks like Ivan is getting quite close to Michael there now.
It is, yeah. Up at the front, you have Emran, you have Stephen, you have Vesper, all just about within 1 second of each other, which is for net P2, but they'll probably end up losing out when they pit because of Ivan and Michael. But let's see. There's a train though. It's Tom, Storm, Jamie, Tyler, and Billy all fighting for P5. So people are close.
But is there gonna be any overtakes though? Storm is quite close, but not close enough.
Yeah, just doesn't seem to be getting the launch off the
Oh,
corner.
as both Michael Marlowe and Ivan Kingsley goes easily past Matt. Obviously, Matt just letting them go as he usually does.
Yep.
As Storm picks up a penalty, one or two drivers with penalties so far.
Yes. I think should watch battle for P2 though. It's starting to get close as Tom. Gets in a few seconds as well. The flag that is Thomas
Starting to heat
McIver.
up a little.
Safety car. Michael Marlowe and Life and King strategy
Oh?
is just being thrown at the window. Because Harris can go to the end from here.
Well, yeah, but at the same time though, going medium. Well, it depends a little. If they are in the lead after everyone pits, then it can still be a viable strategy, but
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if they will be, because
I don't think they will be either. They're heading into the final corner. Still a lot of people in the
Ross
pit.
is on mediums. Emran on hards. It's going to be very close coming out of the pit.
They won't.
Yeah, no, they won't be.
Well, in that case, you're completely right. Their strategy has been thrown away a little. What's surprising here, though, is to see that Ross is choosing to go mediums, which means he's gonna pit again then. Same with Grayson. The two drivers that stands out right now is obviously Ermin and Silva, who's both gone on hards, because, well, they will be able to go to the end.
They will be able to, it will just take a little bit of tire management from them when it comes to the end. Obviously, the safety car should help them. Obviously, I mean, depending on what happens later on, you know, Ross's strategy could work out. We'll just wait and see. Really?
Yeah. However, I'm not sure if Ross can pull that much of a gap on Ermin and Silva before he have to pit again.
Yeah, I mean, it'll have to take another 16 laps, so it's not. It does have time, and obviously the mediums are a decent amount quicker than the hards, so.
Actually, 21 laps left of the race?
That's 29, not 21, something.
Oh yeah, my bad. I counted a little bit wrong there. But yeah, I was gonna say maybe he's gonna try to stretch those mediums, but nah, 29
Yeah,
is
no.
no chance.
Yeah. A lot of people going on mediums. There's only 4 people on hards. You have Emran, Silva, Jessica Harrison, and Jeremy Pope. Obviously, depending on what happens later on, they could all be in good positions come the end of the race.
I would dare to say that every one of those who's picked hards could gain a lot of positions on that, even though they will struggle a little bit more than the medium runners on the first few laps. And as we can see, actually, Jeremy has managed to get himself a drive-through. So,
Oh, the morning life, definitely the monster.
hards or not, it's gonna be very difficult for him, as Storm and Tom Spicer are the only other people with penalties, and they have both a 3-second penalty each. Now let's see then. Chris Ryan, Storm, Billy and Craig Woolley are also the only people who hasn't stopped yet. And if we look at position changes, obviously Chris, Billy and Storm all have gained the massive amount of positions yet, but that will obviously change when they actually pit. But the big winner so far does look like it would be Silvado, as he's gone up 2 positions so far, and that will probably be 5 positions when those 3 in the front pit.
Will be, yeah. So
Then,
not in this lap, will be next lap, or it should be next lap, anyway.
and when it comes to losers, not a lot of big losers, but there is, as you mentioned, Michael Marlowe and Ivan Kingsley, and also Tyler Thomas. He's also dropped quite a few positions. But there is lots of laps left to try and change that for them. Now, what do you think, Lee? The two hard runners of Ermin and Bavesi are in the best positions, or the mediums runners who will have to pit again?
Definitely Emerson and Silva. Obviously, they will have to stop, but it would depend because if Ross can extend this stint on, it would be a miracle to go about, I think, 20. No, I say 19 laps on the mediums. It's not impossible. So he could go soft at the end if he chooses, if he wants to.
But
So,
that's a bad idea. I know, because, well, sure, if you extend the stint, you will be able to go to softs, but you gotta remember, the softs are like, they're good for like 4 laps, give or take. Then they drop off, and they drop off quite badly as well. So it's better to use the mediums for a shorter period and go on to a second set of mediums in that case.
yeah, Sabes carries in, so Storm's going to be leading us some way. See when he chooses to go. Coming around the final corner, he has gone.
And he's gone. Has he gone?
Oh, he hasn't had,
Yeah, he has gone.
hasn't had the best restart.
He hasn't, and he will be under pressure from Billy Mosso, and Billy, who's gonna try to go for this. Down the inside, Stormer keeps it around the outside. Oh, look at this though, Ross.
Yeah, Ross going for
a risky move there, but he gets past down the inside. And look at this, Ermin
going for the move.
This is a very risky one by Ermin.
But Silva as well. Ermin makes the move, gets the penalty in the process. You got lane overtakes this one by Silva.
But Ermin and Silva. Oh, Silva, is he gonna go down the inside into this corner? And that is a risky move, and it's ended up right in spin for Silva.
Yeah, so when he was spun, so that confused me so much as to what just happened. Yeah.
It did.
Well, Ross has definitely benefited from all this way. He's already got a 3-second gap, so.
Ross ride on the back of Storm. He should be close enough to make a move on this straight. Oh, excuse me. On this straight, as we see them going down to turn 1, Ross goes for the inside. However, Storm is trying to keep it on the outside once again.
Oh,
and he's lost it.
Yeah, he got on the curve at the exit of turn 1, and as improving that doesn't help, but there's so much battling going on this restart, Jesus.
It is, and it's not looking like it will be anything.
Yeah, Silva going for it on Luke Baker. He's got a goal for it down the inside of turn. No, he's not going to make it. It's just a little too far back. As you said, Ross has benefited from all this pointing. He's managed to make it through cleanly.
He has. Another driver who's benefited as well is Ermin, as he's the first runner on those hard tires. He also now, with Silva down in 11th, doesn't need to worry about Silva trying to fight him as well. So it's a couple of winners after this restart and a couple of losers.
Definitely is. Let's see, in the 50, well, we do have Michael and Ivan, but also Enzo is joining that fight as well, so that looking at that could be a fight for the final podium position, so that could be important come the end, because obviously, if at the start, I think it was just Silva got a bit over aggressive, what's the word? He was a bit impatient, I was saying. Was trying to make the moves, and Jeremy Pope has been disqualified because he ignored drive-through penalty.
Unlucky, but to what you said though, Silva, definitely gotta agree there. Got a little bit over aggressive. Saw a chance that, well, in most cases you really should just try to restrain from actually taking that chance, because you know too wide into that tight chicane is rarely gonna work. You're gonna have to use all of the inside curb then, like he tried to, and well, you usually spin when you use all of it. So really bad judgment call from the looks of it for Silvader. But he is still on the hard tires though, so he didn't get damaged, so he can still get a good position out of this.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say, because he's on the higher tires. He didn't need to be over eager, because obviously there's still not long laps left for him. But as you say, he's still gaps over him. It's just his tires will be a little bit in worse shape come the end to his last spin.
Not a lot, a little, but yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously around here, where how long you take them hards, a one spin could be different than you getting a puncture or not, so just have to wait and see. Michael gets a pony.
Somebody who's gonna need to step on it a little soon though is actually Ross, because the gap between him and Ermin is not that big yet, and obviously Ermin isn't pitting again. And well, he should really be getting a little more so far.
Yeah, he kind of needs it, because, well, he needs to try and extend the gap as much as he can, then come the seconds then. Well,
especially considering this is his window to try and take as much as possible on Ermin, these early laps on the hards.
And obviously, when he pits, he wants, because their mediums, well, see, depending on when he pits, if he pits, well, he can probably go into 10 laps on them. 12 laps on the mediums comfortably, he won't have to worry about tire save, and he can just push. Getting up to 4.7, so he is stepping on it a little bit, gained about half a second.
Oh, look at this close battle between Tyler Thomas, Jamie, and Silva, and it looks like Silva has gone past Jamie. He's now going to start hunting on Tyler Thomas. Tyler Thomas, a driver who's usually been struggling, but today finding himself in a points-paying position quite early on in the race, and looking like he's sticking in that position as well.
Yeah, he is. That gap now up to 5.1, so yeah, I think Ross definitely not. Maybe Ross can hear us or something, because he definitely has stepped on it a little bit. Let's see. Ivan and Michael, as we said, that could be a battle for the podium come the end of the race. Oh shit.
Michael, though, he's picked up a penalty.
Yeah, this is the yellow flag. That is Craig Rooney, who spun in the fast section.
Ivan, oh no, and I just noticed something Ivan's done, and this is gonna make his race horrible.
His ERS management.
He's used up all of his ERS, and I don't know if you are aware of how difficult it is to gain ERS back on this track, but
oh, I'm very aware of how difficult it is.
But I believe you get 2 in equal cars. You get like 2 or 3% back each lap, which obviously when you've used it up, then gonna be difficult to get that back.
Yeah, for Ermin, he'll have to fight. He's just sticking with DRS, but if he loses DRS, he'll have to fight Stephen, and that could result in him losing a little bit more time. As Ivan gets a few seconds more time. These people starting to get more people starting. Yeah, a few more people starting to get on this. Ermin is calling it tight where he's going to get DRS from Billy. I think he'll just get it for this lap, but yeah, he does get it. So. But yeah, Ivan, he's trying to use his overtake. He's literally on. He's on 1%.
He's out. He's out of overtake. It's simple as that. And he's gonna have to sit behind Michael for a long time then, as Michael has 30%, even though that's not the greatest ERS management I've seen either.
Definitely, trust me. I might not see Michael, but I've definitely seen worse ERS management. So
But
yeah, there's a nice battle going on for P. Well, I think Silva will get away. I think it will be for P9 between Tyler, Jamie, and Luke.
oh, you're
They've been
right.
near each other. They've been near each other for most of this race, so see what they can do.
It's quite interesting to see them. There's a few different lines in every corner between these three drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie seeming to use much more curb than the others, and also going a bit more off track for that matter.
Yep, I was actually about to say that, but I think Tyler's just. It'll be. We'll see. Will he get the DRS? It's gonna be. I think he's just missed out on it by around half a tenth. So he won't have DRS. So we'll see if he. I think Jamie's on the
He
limit too
does
far behind
not
though.
know.
Yeah,
Jamie getting close, not close enough. He can have a chance down to turn 2 here.
He will
Ooh,
have a chance.
back end loss there, but look at this though. Jamie,
Yeah,
he's gonna go for
going
it.
for the lead.
And he goes right down the inside and takes away P9 from Tyler Thomas. And look at this. Luke looking very feisty there. Or he decides to sit back. He didn't want to go for a move up into turn 4. Which is
Silva would have come.
very understandable for that matter. Oh, and look at that Luke way later on the brakes in that corner.
Yeah.
However, picking up a penalty because of it as well. As the penalties are really starting to pile up here now.
The only a few. That is Greg Rooney again. Exit of turn 1 is spun. Yeah, drivers in that penalties. It's only a few people. It's only four people. It's only Ross, Stephen. No, it wouldn't be. No, five. Yeah, I cannot count. It's Ross, Stephen, Tyler, Matt, and Jess. So.
Indeed, and look at this now. Ermin starting to get close to Billy here, and this is for second place. And I think Billy's mediums tires are just starting to fall off quite a lot now.
I think Ross is just praying that Billy keeps Ermin behind as long as he can, because the longer he's behind him, the more he can build the gap, and the easier Ross's job will be when he comes into the pits. And obviously, Ermin has to deal with Steven as well, so he won't get out with this too easily. But it definitely still like the ball is in this core at the moment.
True, but in Ermin's case, those Stevens tires should be starting to head into that drop-off window at some point now.
6.2 the gap. She's lost a lot of times on the spun lap. Yeah, the gap was about 5.1, I believe, at the start of last lap.
It was around 5 seconds, not too long ago.
Yeah. See if he can get past them on the straight.
Obviously,
He's
something that Ermin has going for him though is that he is showing better ERS management than what we saw from Ivan and some others. At least
he's going for the move on Billy.
Oh, and look at this down the inside, and what a move by Ermin. As he just needed. You could just see the grip difference there between him and Billy.
Yeah, that's definitely new now. Steven will be hoping he can get past Billy as soon as he can. They're trying to keep on the back of Ermin, but we'll see. Billy goes in a little bit deep. This game. Yeah, but as we said, Ermin now he has free air, and Ross's tires, they won't be good for that much longer. They'll be starting to fall off just little by little, so. And
they will.
Yeah, Stephen left 3 seconds on it. Let me just let pan his actually.
As Ivan has gone in already.
No, Ivan's in.
For hard tires. So he probably didn't have another set of mediums then, I guess.
I don't think so, no. 6.3 is the gap, so Ross is just stepping on it a little bit. The only thing he has in his favour is that he doesn't have a time penalty. So technically speaking, if you want to, technically the cap is about 9 seconds because
True.
obviously Irma has to be a second, but still about 60 laps to go for us to get a penalty. And I believe he's on 2 track limit warnings, and that's one was a collision. So definitely cutting a fine line between a penalty.
And there's not a lot of battles going on right now. The closest one is Tyler Thomas and Luke fighting for 7th.
Coming into fine.
However, I do believe Luke has passed Tyler Thomas, so not too sure how much of a battle this is.
I mean, Luke isn't even getting away all that much, so it's still a battle. .7 that gap between Ross and Norman, so it's going up a little by little each lap, but I think Ross should be hoping that he could be extending it a little bit more, but his tires are starting to probably starting to drop off a little bit more as Enzo is into the pit for his second stop. On the new set of mediums, 15 laps, that should be comfortable enough.
Well,
He'll
to be fair for Ross, he will have fresh mediums when he pits, so he will have time to catch during that stint as well.
Yeah, but I think he'll come out behind Silva as well. So Silva still looking. The tide to spin. He's in at P2 at the moment.
You're right there, actually. So that could become an issue for us in that case.
Definitely could. If Ross wanted to, no, I think Ross trying to extend it for about 2 more laps just so he has no worries on the next set. Cause let's see, there's the flag, that's Infinity, that's turn 1, I believe she's spun out. Did she get wing damage? Can she see? I don't believe so.
Well, that is an easy corner to spin it. Surprisingly, it is quite an easy corner as long as you just get it right. But a little bit misjudgment there, and you're quite quickly around.
Yeah, the outside curve really isn't forgiving, but you have Michael Marno and Billy Mossum. Billy interestingly came out ahead of Michael, so.
Oh, Michael, he's gonna go down the inside. And it looked like he went a little deep, and look at this, Billy's gonna have a chance back down towards turn 2, however, Michael on the quicker set of tires.
They're gonna send it around the outside, can he make the mistake? He's still
and Billy's still there, but he have to back out in the end. Billy though, really aggressive here. When really he doesn't have to be. If he can stay with Michael, then he might get a chance later. However, I don't think he will be able to stay with Michael though.
Yeah, Ross is into the pit now. So we'll have to see what that gap is when he comes out.
Well, he will be behind Beves, Silva and...
He'll be, because Jamie will be pitting soon, so he shouldn't have to worry about him. Yeah, Jamie's in. He's not in, actually.
Let's see then.
Even that 1 lap behind Jamie, Joss will be pretty... If he can get ahead of Jamie, he'll be a little bit of clean air for a while anyway. Is he gonna get out ahead of him into turn 1?
Oh, it's gonna be crucial for Ross to stay ahead of Jamie.
And he does. So that gap now is 13.2, but obviously at the moment, Ross without a pen.
He is, but he does have Silva in his way though.
Yeah. Ross needs to use all of the Scottish power he has in him and just push to his limits, because he needs about 10. At this rate, he needs about 10 seconds in 13 laps. Not impossible, but with the pace
not indeed
has been going on all race, it won't be easy at all.
Not at all, but for Ermin though, those hard tires obviously. They should start to get a little bit slower soon as well. But right now I think what can be the deciding factor is how quickly Ross is going to get past Silva. If he gets past at all.
He's been gifted a little bit of DRS by Jessica Harrison. And he'll get DRS in turn 2 as well, so... Definitely getting a little bit lucky. He's getting about a second on his outlap, so... He is on good pace, and at the end, it won't just... It will be both with their tires. Ermin's will be dead as well, so... And yeah, it's just...
No.
It is all depending on how quickly...
Fight down in 11th right now. It's Matt defending from Tyler Thomas, and he isn't letting him go this time. He's fighting this one.
That's rare to say with Matt. fighting with the gun. You'll fight that is... I don't know what that was for, actually.
I don't know. Didn't make any sense.
That gap now 10.9. Ross has gained a lot of time on this lap.
He has.
He's doing what he needs to do, but the question is, can he be this consistent for the whole stint? That'll be...
That's a good question right there. As Ross does set the fastest lap, but it won 17.673.
Yep, 10.1 the gap. He's almost got...
And look at this, Tyler Thomas. Gotta go for the inside here.
Makes the move on that, but Matt will get the DRS.
But it does look like Matt has let him go now. But let's have a look at Ross then. In a good position right now. If he can catch enough, of course.
If he can get, yeah, this will be how dependent. We'll see how who he can get past over. Obviously, in his world, in his dream world, who he already can get past on the next straight. We'll just wait and see what happens. He does have a lot more ERS to play with, so.
You're right there, Silva has not managed his ERS the best.
He definitely has everything he needs. He's right on the back of that Ferrari. That gap for the lead down to 8.8. Losing the back end a little bit as Ross. He's using his overtake.
Bad exit. But look at this though. He's gonna go for the outside. Silva is gonna make him take a tie. And Silva is still in the lead. He has the inside as well, so it's going to be difficult from Ross here. He's still going to try to hang it around here.
He's going to hold it. Turn 3, he makes these shoves a bit wide. Gets a penalty, That's fair from Ross. He's burned a lot of ERS, but he's done it. He's done it as quick as he would have wanted it. Maybe would have wanted it a little bit quicker, but he still is on more ERS than Ermin, so if Ross wants to win, he has to gain about 5 seconds in 10 laps, because obviously 3 seconds, but I think you're more comfortable. Let's see. Oh, that is Steven. He's spun. Did he get wing damage? Should we see? I don't know if he did.
Turn 5 that was.
Yeah, I don't think he did get wing damage, so. No, he didn't. Just have. Okay, sir. Enzo's car is ghosting for some reason, which is just fun. So, thank you, Codemasters.
And you can see Ross catching a lot on Ermin now. Silvado almost managing to stay with Ross there. So far, he's still within that DRS window. However, I think he will lose that in this next sector. As you can see, the gap going up to 9.5 to a second now. No, 9.5 that is.
Like that's why. Who's that? I'm not sure.
Would it be Chris Ryan?
Maybe, I'm honestly not too sure. Interestingly, Jamie's gone on the softs. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see what he can gain. Maybe he could actually gain
That's a
some
bad
positions.
decision.
Yeah,
I
it seems
know
like it might
that.
be quicker now, but 9 laps,
We
they'll
saw
be
that.
short at the end.
We saw that towards the end of the F1 race yesterday. Some people decided to go on softs, and when it was like 3 or 4 laps left, and like their tires were just dead, and they got caught by the medium runners again.
I wish I got to see the end. I made a half lap.
You had an astonishingly long race, you know.
Yeah, no, just my car didn't stop in the turn 3. I can't. It was my teammate, and it was Lewis, so the car wouldn't stop. As Jamie said, fastest lap of the race. So currently at this stage is quick, but we'll see how long he can maintain that.
Indeed. And Jamie getting close to Enzo.
I think Enzo's
But
in like error actually, so.
Enzo is lagging, yeah. Not lagging, ghosting.
Yeah, he goes
What
to
am I saying? Silva has lagged out of
Oh,
the race. And now it'll be
that's
crucial for him to try and rejoin
nice.
quickly, as there's not a lot of gap back to
Okay,
Michael
now
in 4th.
I see penalty. Let me check pens. Actually, that could be something. Pens. Yeah, Michael Mann was on 3 seconds. Silva is on
Oh, you're
6.
right.
So just see. Hopefully, he can get back in. I just pray for him. He has a spare invite.
Well, we can send him an invite.
That is true. Oh, Steven's like there as well.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm just quickly gonna try to invite them both then. Let's see, in case they don't have spare invites. Grayson F1, is it?
yeah. Grayson underscore Enzo back in, so
Well, hopefully the 2 others manages to get back in a few moments as well then.
it's weird because I mean, they are like out near enough to each other, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, the gap at the front,
Kinda weird.
4.5. So Ross is gaining.
And still a 3-second time penalty for Ermin, as the timings have broke, so
Mind you, Cold
I
Masters once
don't know
again.
if you can see the gaps between the top 4 there, but I cannot.
I can't either, no. Thank you, Cold Masters. Again. Yeah,
Sure, it
none of them have got back
looks
in
like
so far.
Silva is back. Doesn't look
I
like his
don't
car
know,
is ghost.
he's not back yet, no. It would be nice if I could see a gap between the front 2, please, game. That'd be fun. Yeah, I've got every gap but the top 4. It's weird. It shows me everyone's not there.
Yeah, for me I can see everyone except for the bottom 2 and the top 4.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, back. 3.7. Ross is
Oh,
gaining a lot of time. And
Silva is
Silva
back now.
back
However,
in.
he's lost that position to Michael though. Very unlucky.
It is very unfortunate. Ermin's only prayer is that Ross gets a pen. But considering, let me check. Ross's last pen was Ross's last one was on that 13. He's gone nearly 20 without. Just all it takes is one little adjustment for Ross to get a pen. All it takes is one stupid thing by Codemasters. One or the other.
One small mistake and the ball's in Ermin's court again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's such small margins. It might even be a mistake that we don't even notice on stream. We wouldn't notice on stream.
It could be.
That could make the difference.
As it is 2.9 now.
Yeah, so he's got within the gap he needs to. I think we'll also just be hoping he can catch it. Oh, every gap is glitched again. That's because Silver's anyway. Silver
Come on,
Codemasters,
for God's sake.
Yeah, Silver and Billy are battling actually. So we do have a battle. This is for P4, so Silver's also down 2 positions and on much older hards than what Billy's on, but he's gonna. Here we go into turn 1. He's gonna go to you. Oh my god, that causing speed. I only think Silver expected it to be that much. .1, that gap up at the front. Now I wonder. I have a theory here. Which I don't know whether I'm just talking a lot, mental, or whether this could be a theory. I wonder if Ross catches up. Obviously, maybe Ermin could try and let Ross catch up, so Ermin can battle him, and maybe that results in Ross getting a penalty. You never know what can happen. Some people.
It could be. Of course, that he's running the risk of
getting overtaken and not seeing Ross again until Park Firm, but
yeah, so. And not just that, but he runs the risk of Ross just catching up and not wanting to fight and just sitting back and relaxing. But I do think if Ross catches up that he really would like to make the overtake though, so it could be an idea for Ermin, but we will see that in a moment.
Yeah, there's another yellow flag. I don't know. So many yellow flags for no reason. It just isn't a Codemasters game without yellow flags, is it? It isn't a Codemasters game without yellow flags for no reason. Silva's like that again, I think. Honestly, don't know. This game is just I question it.
I think we all do.
Yeah, and yet we still buy it every year.
Well, I mean, that's the pain of being an F1 fan, I guess.
No, definitely is.
Obviously, there is other good games as well, like Project Cars 2, for example. But then again, like we're F1 fans, we're not GL3 fans or anything. So we're always gonna get tricked back into getting F1.
Yep, we always are. It's like some people with different. I know, for example, I know you're a big NBA fan, so for you as well, obviously.
But that's different. NBA games are good.
Fair enough.
Don't need to be tricked into buying that.
Yeah, I wanted to get it. I just never ended up getting it. As Tom has retired.
Oh, and that is right in the closing stages.
He's cost himself a point, and he's given the point back to his teammate. So Matt, persevering once again, will get a point.
See, and he's gone right in the wall there. Oh, that is very unlucky. As Matt goes into the pit.
Oh, maybe just pitting again. Over the front, Ross is within DRS range of Ermin. And we're on to penultimate lap.
And let's see then, A10 separating the top two here. Ermin on 27 lap old hard tires. He doesn't have much left in those tires to give Ross a fight here, but I think we'll see Ermin trying to put up as much of a fight as he can do at least.
Yeah, definitely will. So,
I'll look at
obviously,
Ross
Ross
then.
has more ERS, which isn't going to help Herman. Like, you can tell Ross, he's just driving carefully. He doesn't want to overrush his car where he just makes a mistake and gets a penalty. He's being very careful.
Ross also has more fuel than Ermin.
Yeah, because obviously Herman is in the end also.
Let's see, Ross really not really being careful here. I thought we
I
would have
won't
seen
blame him,
him
to be honest.
closer than this after the assist, but
Yeah, just again, it's natural instinct with F1 driving. Like you see a position, you want to take it no matter the circumstances.
yeah, but look at this
And
then.
let's
Ross
see,
with a bad exit out of the final corner.
but
However,
he's gaining. He's
he's
gaining.
gaining. Ermin is going to defend the inside line. Ross is going to try it around the outside. Is he going to be able to get past though? He's now getting past on the inside
Yes, he'll
into
get
turn
it.
2. Is Ermin
Herman can't
fighting
get the
back?
fish
He's
off.
going to have to give it up. As Ross takes P1 on track. And you just
I
know he
think.
really wanted to take P1 on track as well.
Trust me, I know from Ross. I know from visiting Ross. And I just the feeling of the pressure being lifted off your shoulders as soon as you make an overtake like that, where you're much faster than the car ahead, but you just now he doesn't have to worry about getting a penalty. Just needs to keep it calm. Even if you got a penalty, it wouldn't matter. But I think you want to stand out as one of two drivers to not get a penalty this race. Fair play though.
Fair play indeed. Yes. We will see now Ross going into the final corner, heading towards the finish line. He's going to be very happy with his second win of the season as he also catches up in the championship to Ivan Kingsley. He comes a little further down. Ermin in P2, then Ross's teammate Michael in P3, also with his first podium of the season, I believe. Billy in 4th. Strong race by Billy there. And the championship leader Ivan Kingsley over the line in 5th. Before Jamie Dodger is gonna come in to take 6th place. Then racing around the final corner to take 7th.
Yep.
Then Tyler Thomas. Usually a driver who doesn't finish his races, but today he does, and he finishes with points in P8 before Luke Baker. Is he trying to go for a fastest lap? He did it as well with a
Okay.
1:16.2 in
One thing
9th.
one thing we should ignore is that Matt did actually get P10. Just the game's glitching and saying Enzo got it. That's incorrect.
Yeah, I did think Matt was in P10.
Yeah,
So
he
this
was.
is confusing.
Again, code matches.
Okay, well it's fixed itself now. Matt is in P10 as we both suspected. Jessica Harrison also finishing on an old set of hard tires there in the end in P11. Then Enzo, has he crossed the finish line yet or not?
He's definitely, yeah, this game.
Alright, in P12, Chris Ryan in P13 and Silva in P15. Gotta feel bad for Silva. I was so long in the contention for the podium and the win today.
Over eager, like we said.
To
If he
end
wasn't
up
over eager, he could have been up there.
with no points whatsoever.
Yeah, that's
Very frustrating for him today. As this game is actually going to make us run out that clock, they're saying 38 seconds. Because of Enzo Enzo, who's just been pumped up to 10th again. Oh, this game.
What the? Hopefully the race actually finishes, first of all.
Well, true.
And if it doesn't, then at least it goes at the end and not at the beginning.
And while we're waiting on this, as it seems to have stopped the countdown as well.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to back out, aren't we? Oh, Codemasters.
Probably. I'm gonna add the top 3 into...
This game makes no sense to me.
it is a... I don't.
Right, Sandra, if it's all about formation lap, you've got to be in 10 car lengths.
Indeed.
Can I report Delta for not being in 10 car lengths? But he wasn't.
Okay, well, there's a little bit of a wait. I think we've had it. So in this group chat, it says that it's me, you, Sondre, and Ross. But you, okay,
It's glitched.
that's yeah, it's glitched.
I'll add Michael.
There's two different chats, Sondre. I think you need to add them to this one.
Okay, Sandra, I'll add a Michael. You had a.
Oh,
I'll
PlayStation.
add Michael. 'Cause I got Michael on my friends list. No.
There we go. There we go.
That's everyone.
That was fun. Fulham have beaten Villa. We love to see it.
Do we have all three in here now? Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
Alright, well, we're gonna start with third place. Michael.
Hello. How are you?
Thank you, pretty good. However, first race of the season, I do believe this was your first podium so far. Actually second.
I got second.
Alright.
Yeah.
So after a bad start in Australia, then 2 trips to the podium out in Russia and now Hungary. So how is your goals now still? Is it looking brighter in your opinion, or?
I mean, I think I've been a bit unlucky so far this season. In Silverstone there was the incident with Vettel, and in Australia there was an incident with Luke. So I think there's a couple more places to grab. I'm going to be trying to get third in the championship, and then obviously the more we can do to win the constructors, the better. And ultimately, I can start helping my teammate try and secure the drivers as well.
Alright, fair enough. So first of all, then quality today a little bit off your teammate and Ermin, and I can't remember exactly what position you got, but you had a blistering start though, jumped up to second place there. Like the start, tell us about it from your perspective.
So start off with qualifying. I wasn't really able to get a lap in. I got a 14.4 twice in qualifying, and that was slower than I was doing in all the practice sessions before, which is annoying. However, off the launch I noticed Ross got a bit of a slow getaway, so he moved to the side to cover which meant I had the complete freedom of the outside of the track, and then happily no one behind went deep, so I was able to get a better run onto the next corner and was able to start in behind my teammate. So yeah, it was good.
Indeed. And then later on in the race, obviously stuff happened, safety cars came out. I do believe you and Ross ended up on different strategies, so was there any communication there, or?
No, before the race I was telling Delta as well what strategy we were going to be doing, and he decided to copy me as well. So a lot of it was covering him off, but with Ross, he was always going to go longer because I can't do the soft tyres at all. I still have PTSD from last season when on lap 3 I took Tom out. So obviously I didn't want to do that again, so I decided to just pit ASAP and get the mediums on, because in the practice we did before the pace was good on them, and then the safety car ultimately didn't help that much, but I mean recovering to P3 was quite good for us, so yeah, we'll take the podium.
Indeed. Then well, later on in the race you and Bevessier, we're talking late now, there was a bit of a gap there, and did you think you were going to catch him, or would you consider yourself a little bit lucky that he lagged out when he did?
As soon as my teammate got him, I noticed he got a penalty as Ross was overtaking him, so that had him 3 seconds extra on what I had. So all I needed to do was close the gap to 3 seconds, and there's like 10 laps to go at that point, and I was catching by like half a second a lap. So I was fairly confident I would do it, although obviously his disconnection made it a lot easier for me and a lot less stressful.
Indeed. Any questions from you, Lee?
I do have one, just give me a second. Next week is Azerbaijan. How do you think you're going to fare there?
Azerbaijan's an interesting one because you never really know until you're at the race, because with the way, I mean, it's one of those tracks where I feel like the harder you push, the more likely you are to bin it. But like, which is the case with most tracks, but like in particular here, because if you're chasing someone, you're really gonna like be putting yourself under pressure, and with how tight some of the rules are there, it's always going to be a problem. However, last time I went to Baku, I think I did all right and kept out the wall. So hopefully we can have a repeat of that and hopefully another podium.
Yep. Right, best of luck.
Well, with that then, congratulations on your second podium of the season, Michael, and
Cheers.
good luck for Baku.
Thank you.
As we will head over to second place, Ermin then.
Hello.
Alright, so first off, since we first have you here, I want to know how you pronounce your last name there. If you could just quickly...
Don't pronounce it, just say Ermin.
It is that difficult, is it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, fair enough. However, second place today. Quickly just gonna check. That is also your second place to the podium after two bad races in Russia and Silverstone. But today, though, really the only one who challenged Ross in quali. Did you get like the max out of your quali today, or do you think you would have had a little bit to go on?
No, I lost 2/10 in the last corner, or the penultimate corner, because it started raining midway through my lap, so it was a bit slippery. I definitely could have gotten pole. Yeah, it's only my third race without traction control, so I guess it's okay.
Well, in that case, not bad at all. I remember my first races without traction that ended in a lot of spins, to say the least. But anyways, though, race start, you found yourself a little bit of a disadvantage. You didn't get as good of a getaway as Michael did, and you ended up behind him. Like, how was the opening laps for you?
Yeah, I had a lot of wheel spin. And then, you have two AlphaTauris, probably teammates. Just, I can't do anything about that. And I just settled into third. And after that, my softs were overheating quite a bit, but I still got it under control.
Well, the softs are a tricky set of tires on this track. However, though, later on in the race well, not that much later to be fair, but we got a safety car, and I remember you jumping over to the hard tires. I believe it was Sylvain who also jumped over to the hard tires, while everybody else jumped over to the mediums. Was that planned on beforehand for you to go on to hards if there was an early safety car, and do you think it was the right option in the end?
Well, I was always planning on going to the hards, because on Wednesday in FP I was the only one doing a regular two-stop, and it wasn't the fastest strategy, so I thought, I'll just go onto the hards, and yeah, it worked. I can't say it worked, but it was okay.
Well, second place is not a bad position, although Ross did manage to catch you at the end there, but without that penalty it would have been very close though.
Yeah, I also gave up a bit at the end.
Well,
yeah.
Understandable, no need to push it too much and risk too much if you know you're not winning anymore. But anyway though, towards the end of the race, at what point did you realize that you're not winning it, you're taking second place pretty much?
Well, I knew Ross had 2 warnings, and I was like, yeah, maybe he got a warning. He got a warning lap 7, and then lap 17, I was like thinking, yeah, lap 27, that's a time. And then he didn't get a penalty on lap 27, and I was waiting. When he got into my penalty window, I was thinking, if he doesn't go off, maybe I can force him go off, and then he'll get a penalty.
Exactly what I was thinking. So, turns out my prediction wasn't daft.
Putting him under pressure, yeah. Well, anyways, though, you did get second place in the end. And next week, we're heading on to Baku. As Michael said, it's a bit of a tricky track, and if you push hard, it seems very likely to crash. But how are you looking forward to Baku then?
I love the track. I mean, I love all the street tracks. So Singapore, Baku, Monaco, I'm pretty quick there.
Even Monaco?
Um, yeah. And last time I was racing at Baku, I was 5 thousandths of pole. So I guess I hope I can do better this time.
5 thousandths, not a big gap. Nonetheless, what is your aim in Baku then? In the end,
Well, I must say podium. Let's go. Ambitious.
well, Baku's
Well,
tricky.
top five, just to.
Fair enough. Well, Baku is a tricky track to predict, as obviously there's always safety cars. There is always somebody going in the wall of castle. No, the not the wall of castle actually, the castle section. Mixing in a little Canada with Baku there, but nonetheless though, congratulations on P2 today, and good luck for next week in Baku.
Thank you very much.
And we will move on to today's winner and last week's winner as well, Ross.
Hello.
So 2 in a row now, Ross, and obviously Ivan down in 5th, so if I'm counting correctly here, he should be at 80 points now, while you should be at 62,
Yeah, but,
so an
Vesser
18
had timing
point.
glitch.
What?
Vesser had the timing glitch. Vesser, he had the timing glitch. He was right behind Billy, but the timing glitch, so
Oh, we'll have to look at that one.
Okay, interesting.
it'll
So
be P6.
So it'll be P6 for Vesir or Ivan?
Ivan.
Alright, so a 16 point gap in that case then.
Yeah.
So you've clawed your way back a little, and so first of all, how is your how do you look at the championship fight right now then?
At the start, I was looking like I'm not winning this, but now obviously I won Britain, and I've now won Hungary. I'm like, okay, I have a chance at winning now, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, I've clawed it back, but we never know, anything could happen. But looking at it, we could both win both.
Indeed, indeed. No matter, in quali today you took pole, not by a lot, by half a tenth ahead of Ermin. As Ermin said though, he had a little bit to go on, he got a little slippery at the end of his lap. Was that the case for you as well, or did you feel like
Obviously.
you got the best in?
I could have done a 13, but just right at the end I had a couple lockups into the final 2 corners, and I still did a 14-2, which I was happy with. And then obviously the lane came just right after my lap, so I knew no one could improve at that point, so maybe a little bit more time.
Alright, fair enough. Still would have been close in that case if you both sat what you think you could have sat in that case. But anyway, we move on to the start, and obviously starting on pole is not a bad thing here in Hungary. But you didn't get the best getaway though, and you get put a little under pressure. But your teammate managed to obviously get himself up to second. So after that, how confident were you off the start there?
Off the start, obviously, off the start, I wanted to cover off the inside because I know Arm is actually pretty good at doing starts. So me and my teammate was saying cover off the inside, and I was gonna let my teammate through off the into turn 1, but I'd had a better exit out of turn 1, and yeah, I just covered off the inside because I knew Mike would get a fabulous start off the line, but luckily I held the lead and just went off from there.
Fair enough, fair enough. Then later on we got a safety car, and surprisingly to me and Lee, most people chose to go on mediums, and like was that planned? Was it a mistake, or yeah?
As I did in Britain, I watched F1.
Fair enough.
You saw what, obviously, Alfie, Lewis, a lot of people did pit early onto the mediums, and then did it again, and I just pretty much was like, I'm just gonna copy their strategy, see if it works. I was actually surprised that Sylvan and Billy Billy was gonna go on the hards because he was on old mediums, but Sylvan and I was surprised that they went on hards because I knew that their tires would be dead at the end. Because when I got past Sylvan, I was like, his tires are done, and I said to myself, I'm catching you, I'm going to. So I knew medium was quicker because the hards would be dead. Like light at the end, it'd be done for.
Well, it might be quicker, but it really wasn't a lot you had to go on there though. Like if you had a penalty or if Ermin didn't have a penalty, it would have been a little above a second separating you two in the end. So
Yeah.
it was, and obviously you were lucky in the case that most people went on mediums, because well, if you had more traffic to clear, it could have been more difficult. Anyway, though, you did manage to claw your way up to Ermin, and you did manage to pass him on track as well, claiming your second win of the season.
Yep.
Now, next week, we're heading to a very difficult track for most people, Baku. Some tight corners. How are you looking forward to that track?
I'm getting PTSD from last season. I binned at castle section, so I'm gonna have some painful things. So I do not want to look at that castle section and say I'm binning it. But if I don't bin it, I want another double podium, and obviously Ferrari not being on a podium would be lovely. So double podium, hopefully. I'm not saying when. I'm not gonna say that much, but maybe podium for me, Michael. Maybe the win, but hopefully just double podium for us and catch them back up, the drivers and constructors.
And as you are actually mentioning it, Ferrari, AlphaTauri seems like the main fight for the constructors this season, and after Ferrari had such an exceptional start compared to the AlphaTauris, now you both, you and Michael, have managed to put AlphaTauri much closer to them again. Who do you think has the upper hand at the moment? Who do you think is stronger right now?
I would say us, but obviously with Sylvan getting podiums, Ivan got back-to-back wins, but he didn't get 27 back-to-back like me, because I got pole in both. But right now, we can't really say. We're both performing well. Obviously, this race for I didn't perform, and we performed lovely, amazing for Mike, obviously. But we don't know at the moment. It's like normal races. It's like side by side at this death, pretty much. Just both of us, good result, bad result. We don't know what's going to happen. No one has an upper hand.
Interesting. Well, with that, good luck for next week in Baku. Also, congratulations on your second win of the season.
Thank you.
And over to you, Lee. What do you have to say about the race?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't the worst race I've seen around the track of Hungary, but obviously Saturday races and sorry in the end the race was exciting, but I just hopefully it would be nice to be back next week, and if I am, then hopefully we can see a great race again.
Well, Baku usually tends to provide great races. But with that, this has been IRL F3 Round 4 in Hungary. I've been your commentator, Sondre Sorg, joined by Lee Kelly today. Hopefully we'll see you again next week for Round 5 in Baku. With that, thank you for watching and good night.